Hi, welcome to Cook Along with Renee. Do you only have 15 minutes to make dinner tonight? Yeah, me too. So this recipe is going to be quick, all about speed and getting those bellies full. I am a homemaker of 10 years. I have 4 kids and I'm here to help you with all your cooking and baking needs. Go ahead and grab your essential baking sourdough loaf or any loaf of sourdough bread, your Veganise or mayo, 2 cans of salmon. You could use chicken or tuna fish. You're going to need some seasonings and either celery, onion, or both. You're going to need a convection oven of some kind. You're going to need a cutting board, a knife, and a bowl and a spoon to mix everything with. And don't forget the can opener. I'm going to start by cutting up really fast my celery. And this celery is kind of on its last little leg, but that's okay. We're just gonna use everything we can. I am on a challenge of not shopping until Thursday, so let's see if I can do it. I'm running low on my items here. Take some of that stem off. It's just a little bit, just for a crunch, so that's perfect for me. Just a little bit to go in there. I could also go out and get some fresh cut onion greens, which I think I might do just to flavor it a little bit more. Fun tip, if you're growing onions and they're big enough, you can just pick off the greens like you would for green onions. And I'll show a clip of that too. So now I'm just gonna open my cans really fast here. Okay, and I'm gonna drain that in a second. This is a great meal for legit emergencies. I always make sure I have my essential baking sourdough. It stores really well and I get it from Costco in a 3-pack. And it's organic, woohoo! Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the Veganise out. I'm just gonna do that now so I don't have to jump over. Now, if you want to, you can add some mustard, which I think I will do. I'm putting about maybe 3/4 cup of Veganise in there. I love myself some Veganise. It's so good. Soy, I get the soy-free kind because my boy has allergies and we can't do egg either, so this has been a miracle for us. I'm just gonna drain my salmon. I just do that by pushing down on the lid and letting the water drain out of it. And then run the water. Okay, we're good to go with that. Now I'm going to just dump whatever meat I have right into the bowl. If there's a little liquid left over in the meat, that's okay. Put that to the side. And then I'm just gonna mix it up. Now for seasonings, you can use whatever you have. I'm gonna do pepper, salt. I'm gonna do a little celery seed and maybe some of my garlic mix in there as well. Just keep mixing that in. Oh, and I forgot to say at the beginning, do grab some cheese. So once you're done mixing this, let's grab the cheese out. This goes to all you moms with kind of brain fog, because I'm still going through that. It feels like it never ends. I'm like, maybe I'm in perimenopause at this point. Okay. There we go. And that's all good to go. So I'm gonna grab my seasonings. Okay, so I got my this is my black pepper, this is my celery seed. But you know you're tired, Mom, when, fruit flies are back in full swing. And one just landed on the side of my bowl. No, it's always the worst. I'm gonna add a little bit of my garlic seasoning in there, just a good shake. So this is my black pepper. I'm gonna add that. And then a pinch of that will do. A little bit of salt. I did mention that I like to add a little bit of mustard, so I'm gonna jump over across the way to grab the mustard. You can do mustard powder, like dried mustard powder, so a little bit. You could do Dijon. I'm just putting straight up French's organic yellow mustard into mine, just for a little vinegar. You could put some lemon zest or lemon in there if you have it. That would be pretty good. You can kind of make it different every time. Okay. And now that's ready to go. I might get some little green onion pieces or chives to put in there. And we'll get that after I get our bread ready. So you're just gonna need some scissors to open this bread. You might already have your fresh loaf. It's good to have this kind of a shape. And you could use a regular knife, but I will be using a bread knife to cut this up. Okay, and then you're just gonna wanna cut it right down the middle. Remember, this is gonna be a little bulky, so make sure your bottom part is a little bit thicker than, you know, that it's not gonna look totally even, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And that's okay. Otherwise, the top part's a little bit trickier to eat. So I'm just cutting it down, just a little sawing motion there. And ta-da! There it is. So that's all ready to go. I'm gonna get some green onions in the garden, and I cannot forget the main star of the show, which is the cheese. So let's go ahead and get out in the garden. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hi. Okay, so these are walking onions, and they're fantastic. And these actually will fall over and make new onions. Those little onions are gonna be your seeds. But right now I'm just gonna pop off a couple greens like this. And I'm just gonna do 2. There we go. And we're all set. Okay, so I'm just gonna move this out of the way. And then I'm gonna chop it up here. Now, walking onions are an amazing plant. They will keep propagating themselves, and you can take those little seeds on the top that looks like the flower and just replant them. You don't have to worry about getting them to the bulb stage because they just come like that. And they are a beautiful thing to add to your garden, and they're very hardy. Like, they can survive not being watered pretty well. You know, they'll do better if you have some nitrogen in your soil, but yeah, they're amazing. Okay, so I'm just gonna add those green onions real quick to my mix. They're pretty potent. Okay. And then I'm just gonna give it a good stir. Yum. And now the easiest part, just split it in half and spread it onto your bread. This was just such my kids and husband were playing outside while I was in here with the baby because it was pretty hot. And they had fun playing outside, so they're all kind of tuckered out and hungry, but this is kind of a light meal for summer and easy. This would be a good one coming back from like a long day at the pool in the summer. Maybe with like a side salad. We do have some watermelon from Costco, so I've been doing that every night, but I'll probably pair it with that. Or applesauce. Yeah, maybe a watermelon. We'll see how everyone's feeling though. Okay, and then just use the back of your spoon and spread it. Okay, now we just gotta get some cheese on there and it's ready to go into the oven. Okay, I'm gonna move my bread over for a second. Oh, my little girl, so sad. I don't know why she's sad. Oh, I'm just gonna move that right there. The bowl will not withstand another piece of bread on there. Just gonna cut a couple slices, and all you're gonna do is just layer that right on top of your bread, like so. Okay, it's gonna melt and spread out a little. Doesn't have to be perfect, just for a little extra protein. Now, if you are allergic to cheese, you could use a dairy-free cheese, or you could just do it without the cheese. I think it would still taste great. You can use any cheese you want. I'm using a sharp cheddar, but you could use, you know, mozzarella, you could use Swiss, Havarti, whatever you have, really. I just like good old-fashioned cheddar. My mom used to make these on English muffins. We called them tuna melts, and I think they were a lifesaver for her too. And now I understand a little bit more as an adult why we have this so often. And it is pretty filling. I do a pretty decent amount of cheese on there. Okay. So now that that's ready, I'm just gonna get my little tray from my convection oven and we'll get it all set, and I'll show you what to do now. Okay, I have my little tray here. I like to use this little silicone mat. It works for me. And then I just lay them right on there, just side by side. And this one fits perfectly. Okay, now let's head on over to our convection. Whoops, woo, kicking the tripod. Getting stuck on random bags. There's like a bag of light bulbs that has been shifted around. Me and my husband keep moving it around. Okay, so I have an Oster. It's a double one. It's amazing. If you don't have a full-size oven, this is a great recipe too. If you're just like living alone, you can save one bread, do like garlic bread. You can do a tuna melt with one can for the night and like have leftovers for lunch. Okay, and you're just gonna slide that right in. I put it on the top level. You could, you know, just do, if you have one level, that works too. And you're gonna do turbo convection. Now my machine, is nice because, a little dusty, because we don't have to worry about the preheat. My old one, you had to preheat it before you did the turbo convection. This one, you don't have to. So all I have to do is I click this, I'm gonna do it at 350, and then I'm just gonna double start it. What gets just automatically into the cooking stage. Mine's automatically set for 30 minutes, but we'll check back in about 10 minutes and see where it's at. Now that we're done cleaning the kitchen up, go ahead and grab a side. You can do fruit dish, you can make a little quick salad. I'm gonna be cutting up a watermelon, but you grab whatever you need to. I did save a cutting board that I used to cut the bread on earlier to cut the pieces off of the sourdough when it's done. So I just kind of rinsed that and moved it to the side. I'm gonna use a pizza cutter, but you could also use a chef's knife to kind of break into the bread to cut it. I'm gonna use a separate cutting board for my watermelon just because I don't want to get my bread all juicy when it comes out. Now my cheese is almost melted. You might want to check on yours and just kind of see where it's at. You want it to be a little bit browned on top, so we only have a little bit. So I gotta cut this baby quickly. You can see my method for cutting watermelons. If you have a more effective way, like send me a link. I always kind of try to find new ways to do things. We're all here to learn. Putting this in my compost bowl, and then I just do little wedges, and then I break mine into pieces so that they're kid friendly. That's how my mom does it for the most part. Gosh, I need to sharpen my knives. Sharp knives are very important to have in the kitchen. And I just don't have time for it. Sometimes I'm in a hurry and then I'm already cutting it when I realize it. And I'm like, I'll remember to do that next time, and then I don't. And then I cut into something, I'm like, I forgot, I'll do it next time. Has anyone else done that before? I feel like I do that all the time. So hopefully you have fun plans for Memorial Day. We just stayed home and relaxed. It was awesome. I just kind of hung out with the baby inside, and my kids just, it was such nice weather. They just went crazy outside. I hope it was nice weather where you are, I guess. Maybe you traveled though. It's a good time for traveling. Okay. I am like having a hard time getting this one. Sometimes I kind of do that, and I just kind of, that way I don't hurt myself when I'm cutting this watermelon. And I just kind of cut the peel off little by little. I don't like to waste watermelon, so I'm really paranoid about getting all of the white. Like I even like to leave a little white because I feel like it makes it a little crispy. Okay, I'm kind of looking over at my cheese and it almost looks done there, so it's motivation to get this part done quickly. These are little organic watermelons from Costco, and they are so sweet and yummy, and they usually have them the whole summer. And then sometimes I'll get a big, whoops, wrong bowl, a big watermelon when they start coming out in the summertime. But these are good little personal ones, and it actually feeds our family of 5 pretty well, and technically 6 with the little baby because she's starting to eat the same dinners as we are, just chopped up into small little pieces. So she's even starting to eat some of these things. Oh guys, look at that cut. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty pumped about that. It's the little things in life. Okay. A stinky, unsharpened knife. I'm gonna cut into the rind. Ooh, I can smell it. It's always a good sign when you can start smelling your dinner, you know it's almost done. So I'm just gonna quickly go. I'm just manhandling this watermelon here. Okay. Oops. Sometimes I just really wish I could be like one of those chefs that's just cutting like at the speed of light. I feel like I've gotten a lot faster at cutting, usually thanks to, woo, sorry about that, screaming children. Just gonna break that off. Oh, this is like scary doing this with a dull knife. Like that's when I'm actually scared to cut things, is when my knife is dull. So I'm sorry if it's scary for those who are watching. Like, girl, get your knife sharpened. I'm like, I will if I remember. Maybe someone can like leave a comment or send me some sort of message reminding me, like tag me in a short reminding me to sharpen my knife. You might not have time for that kind of stuff though. Especially if you're not a content creator. This takes up so much time. Like, it's so hard. Oh man, I missed some on there. It's okay. It's so hard doing this and raising kids, homeschooling. Like, it feels, that's why I probably only make, you know, just a couple of these longer ones every once in a while, because I have to edit it. Now that I have gotten better at editing, I mean, I did take, shout out to my old high school teachers, I did take a class on Photoshop and editing photos back in the day. And my sister showed me a thing or two back in the day on Adobe, gosh, what was it? Adobe Premiere? It wasn't called that. Final Cut Pro. I don't even know if they still have that or not. Okay, so my watermelon's cut. Let's go check on our yummy bread. You can see that it looks like the cheese is melted, but I don't see any brown on there quite yet. So I probably have just a little bit more time to set the table and then it will be good to go. Okay, so I'm calling it good on this bread here. Just gonna stop it. So that took, I don't know, 15-20 minutes maybe. Might have been faster for you. You could also, next time you make this, just, you know, maybe make the heat a little bit higher to get it really cooked. Sometimes I have done it at 400. And that's worked out well too, because this bread usually cooks at 400, so yep, that works as well. I'm just gonna put it on this cutting board here. Okay, and then I'm going to get my pieces and cut them. We'll see, it's still pretty hot, but I'm in a hurry, so let's just carefully. Ooh, it's nice and crispy. I don't know if you can hear that crackle, but it was amazing. And now I'm just going to cut the pieces with, I'm gonna try my pizza cutter this time. Just kind of, oh yeah, I'm kind of pushing down on it like I would a knife and then just rolling it through. Oh, and then you have a delicious, yummy chunk, and each kid will eat 1 or 2 of these. And that's it. So just cut it up, wait till they're cooled before serving, because they are pretty warm. And you guys have a quick, fast dinner. Thanks for cooking along with Renee and joining me on this quick dinner adventure. I hope to see you soon, and I hope you're having a special time with your family.